Tell me, does this remind you of someone? What are stocks? How do I get my money there? How do people stay on top of these things? Man, I don't know about this whole stock thing. Sounds kind of risky to me. Nah, maybe I'll do it when I'm 40. A stock market investment is basically you owning a share of a company. What does this mean? For instance, let's say you love Apple, you have an iPhone, you have an iPad, you have all the Apple products. So what you can do is you can go ahead and put your money into Apple stock. What does this mean? It means that you become a shareholder of Apple. So in sorts, you are a owner of Apple when you buy those shares. There are a few different ways that you can go about to buy shares in the company. You can either buy them individually. For instance, the example I gave about Apple, you can go ahead and buy Apple directly, or you can buy what is called a mutual fund. A mutual fund is a fund that is managed by a top money manager, somebody who has years of experience in the stock market, who will actively manage your money for you. Benefits of mutual funds is that you have no efforts to do on your part. You just give your money to a money manager and he takes care of everything that's needed to be done. This is the beauty of investing in the stock market. Be more hands-on if you prefer doing the work yourself by doing individual stock picking, or you can buy a mutual fund which is completely managed by somebody else, and the returns can be average, meaning about 10% a year. Another type of investment is something called an index fund. What an index fund is basically it tracks certain companies. For instance, there's a Vanguard S&P 500 index fund. What this does is it tracks the 500 biggest companies in the US, and it gives whatever those companies do in terms of returns, it will do the same for your account. So basically, by buying shares of this index fund, you're owning small pieces of 500 companies of the US, the 500 biggest companies in the USA. Okay, yeah, cool, but why? So the reason why you should invest is, I believe everybody wants more money, right? So if you want to make more money at the end of the day and to diversify your portfolio, because if anything, 2020 has taught us that we need multiple streams of income to be able to navigate today's world. There are so many things that can happen in one's life. So having as many streams of income is very, very important in today's age. So the reason why you should consider investing in the stock market as a way to diversify your income is that this type of income does not require you to be working. You don't need to be selling your time to make this money. You can be at home, watching TV, spending time with your loved ones, and still making money at the same time. Does this mean that there isn't a risk that comes with investing? No, there is a risk that comes with investing. Any investment has risk. When you get started in investments, take this into consideration that there is risk. You might lose your money, but I want to say that it's been a tried and true method over time. People have consistently over generations built wealth through investing in the stock market. So don't be dissuaded by the risks. Yes, there are risks, but depending on your risk tolerance, you can build your portfolio in a certain way that minimizes this risk. Another reason why you should invest is that the way the stock market works is that it works on something called compound interest. What does this mean? Basically, if you invest $1,000 today, right? And generally speaking, if you invest in an index fund that tracks the S&P 500, over time, the index funds tend to gain 10% per year. The ones that track the S&P 500, I mean. If you're in one of those funds, and let's say in a normal year, you get a 10% increase, so your $1,000 has turned into 1,100. So if you keep adding money to your portfolio every month, every time you get a paycheck, whatever you can spare, you put more money into the portfolio, it will keep growing, and over time, over an extended period of time, for instance, for over 10 years or 15 years, if you're consistent with the process, this money can grow to tremendous levels of wealth and exceed anything you could have thought. Here's the beauty of this. The more you invest, the more money you put in from your paycheck, the bigger the compounding effect gets. Okay, but how do I get my money here? Alright, so you can invest in through this way. So if you're based here in Canada, you can use an app called Wealthsimple Trade. This is a brokerage firm. What this means is that this is a company that lets you buy stocks directly from its platform. The reason why I am suggesting to you to download Wealthsimple Trade if you're based in Canada is because Wealthsimple Trade is a commission-free brokerage firm. What this means is that for every trade that you make, they will not charge you any money. This is not the case for all the brokerages out there. Many brokerages will charge you $10 for each transaction that you do. Banks generally offer their services and you can invest through them. If you go this way, they will also charge you commission fees. So if you can invest your money using Wealthsimple Trade, this avoids you losing $10 that can be used towards building your portfolio to make you even more money at the end of the day. If you're watching this from the US, there's a similar app called Robinhood that does the same thing. No commission, and you can go ahead and invest in the same way that Wealthsimple Trade would allow you to do here in Canada. If you're based in Rwanda, there's something called interactive brokerages. This is another form of brokerage that allows you also to invest in the stock market. However, I'm not in Rwanda currently, and I do not know if this brokerage firm will charge you commission fees or not. Furthermore, if you're in Canada, you should check out what is called a TFSA. TFSA stands for Tax-Free Savings Account. This has tremendous advantages, and if you want me to make a separate video about it, let me know in the comment section below. It's something that you should totally look into, and that's what I use every day to invest. I use my tax-free savings account for my investments, and if you guys want to know more, just let me know. I'll make a separate video about it. Okay, cool. I'm starting to understand all of this, how it works, but when is the right time to invest? How do I know I'm ready? Just when? So the right time to invest in the stock market is today, guys. So you heard me. Go empty your bank accounts, take all your money out and invest in the stock market right now, today, guys. Today. Go make it happen. Whoa. Hold your horses, guys. The best time to invest in the stock market is when you've done your due diligence. As I've mentioned in a past video, in the 4 beginner investing mistakes is jumping into a stock too quickly without having done your proper research. So if you have not watched that video, I will link it up here in the description and you can watch it after watching this current video. So the right time to invest is when you are ready. There is no right time to invest. When you have done your due diligence, that's when you should invest. Don't be peer pressured by anybody telling you that you're missing out, that there are these stocks, that stock that is blowing up. Even though that might be true, you are not ready at this current time to invest. So do your research, don't be peer pressured, and go ahead and invest when you are ready. There will always be a stock that blows up. So even if there's a stock blowing up right now, don't feel like you're being left out. There's always going to be a stock out there that is always expanding and creating massive returns for the investors, and you will cash in on that when you're ready. Oh man, so now I know how, when, where. So what are the tips you have for me, bro? What other apps can I use to stay in touch with the market? Alright, so the best way to stay on top of things, on top of Wealthsimple Trade, is to download an app called Yahoo Finance. Yahoo Finance is an app that lets you track the stock market on a daily basis. You can see every stock market move. If it's going up, down, sideways, anything the stock market is doing, you can track it on there. And the second app that I use is called Seeking Alpha. This is very, very important because it gives me the news of all the stock that I'm invested in. Because as I said previously in my previous video, you need to understand this company at a deeper level. You need to understand this company the same way an executive would. You do that by keeping in touch with the companies and its news that comes up on a daily basis. So if your watch list has Apple, Tesla, Neo, or any other company, Microsoft, it will basically give you the latest news of those companies. So if anything happens with that company that you put in your watch list, it will let you know immediately. So I highly suggest that you download both of these apps, because by doing so you can stay on top of things and you know the latest news of the companies that you're interested in and maybe are invested in yourself. Alright you guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave me a like, subscribe to my channel, and if you like investing content, let me know in the comment section below and I will keep pumping up content for you guys. I love this topic, and you can expect me to come up with even more content related to the stock market. Alright, so thanks for watching again. Have a great day. Peace.